All right, so I know I have a lot of moms and a lot of new moms that are doing the workouts that I've been posting online, so I wanted to make a quick video to go over what we call a diastasis recti, which is basically a problem that can occur postpartum after you have the baby where there's a separation in your abdominal wall. This can lead to issues if it's not addressed. And with some of the exercises that I'm doing, when I do the core exercises, they're pretty challenging. So if you're jumping right into these exercises, you can actually make this condition worse and can lead to problems down the road. So what I want to do is kind of show you how to identify if you have a diastasis recti, and then also go over 4 exercises that can help kind of heal that condition so that you can then progress to harder abdominal and core exercises. First, lay down on your back. And what a diastasis recti is basically a separation of the abdominal wall. So where the right side and the left side meet. When you're pregnant and your stomach expanded, it got really stretched out, the connective tissue in between those sides. And what can happen after you have the baby, it cannot really come all the way back together. If that occurs, it can set you up for other issues, some prolapse in the pelvic floor area, and can also make you more susceptible to hernias. On your back, you're going to put a couple fingers above and below your belly button. You can even put one on the belly button. And I want you to come up into a crunch. When you come up into a crunch or a sit-up, I want you to feel that area in between the right and left side of your abdominal wall. If it's more than a couple finger widths across, if it feels like there's quite a bit of distance in between the right and left side, and if you feel when you come up anything kind of pushing up in the middle of your stomach into that area, it's more likely that you have a diastasis recti. What we want to do is we want to work on the muscles, your deep core muscles, that are going to help to create stability in your lower back and your abdominal wall so that you can progress to harder core exercises and kind of get your stomach back the way that you wanted it before. First exercise you're going to do, laying on your back, I want you to do a Kegel, so kind of tightening your pelvic floor, and at the same time I want you to draw your belly button in towards your spine. So you're just going to Kegel, draw your belly button in, and just kind of tighten your core. This is very essential because with all 4 exercises, I want you to be able to do this, and I'm going to call it a core contraction. Core contraction, Kegel, tighten your core. You're going to lift one leg up towards your waist, back down, keep the core tight, other leg up, back down, and relax. When you're doing this, you want to make sure that you're not getting any distension, any pushing up from the middle of your stomach. If as you lift up, you start to feel pushing up in the middle, just really focus on tightening that core, keeping everything in tight, preventing any of that abdominal protrusion. Once that exercise becomes easy, you can progress it. The first progression is going to be tightening your core, lift the leg up, keep it there, second leg up, down, down. So you're going to go tighten the core, up, up, down, down. Now when you lift that second leg up, it's going to be much more challenging to keep your core drawn in. So make sure you master the first one first before progressing to this progression. Second exercise is going to be on your hands and knees. So we're going to be doing what we call a bird dog, which is going to be opposite arm and leg. But once again, you want to make sure that you're doing the core contraction first. Tighten your core. Kegel, draw your core in, opposite arm and leg, hold it out for a count of 3 to 5 seconds. Come back in, relax your core, release the Kegel, repeat, opposite side. Okay? And you're going to alternate back and forth. You can do this in sets of 5, sets of 10, and progress it from there. As that gets easy, you can progress to opposite arm and leg, and you're going to go in and out, try to touch the knee to the elbow, and back out, while maintaining that core contraction the whole time. So start off, in and out, maybe do sets of 2 or 3, and then switch sides. As it gets easier, you can progress all the way up to sets of 10. The next exercise is going to be a plank. So common theme with all these exercises is keeping your back basically in a stable, flat position. Where with a sit-up or a crunch, you're actually going to be kind of rounding the back. It's going to increase pressure in the front of your stomach, more likely to affect that diastasis recti. So while that's healing or making those muscles come back together, we want to keep in a neutral position. So plank, easiest version is going to be up on your hands, tighten your core, Kegel, hold it, 5, 10, 15 seconds, progress from there. First progression of the plank is going to be on your elbows. It's going to make it a little bit more challenging. Make sure you're keeping the core tight, squeeze your glutes, keep your back flat, hold it there. Increase time to make it more difficult. Next progression on the plank is going to be holding it there, and you can do a plank with activities such as hip extension, alternating sides. Okay. And the final exercise, the fourth exercise, is going to be side plank. So on your side, first position is going to be on your knees first. Coming up on your elbow, tighten the core, Kegel, keep everything tight, hold it there. Increase time to make it more difficult. As it gets easier, you can come with your legs straight, come straight out into a side plank in this position. Again, increase time as it gets easier. Those 4 exercises, I want you to master those exercises, be able to do all of those exercises while keeping your core tight, no abdominal protrusion. When you're able to do those, then you can start to add in crunches and sit-ups and leg lifts and all the harder core exercises that we're doing in some of my other videos. Be sure to share this with any friends that you have who are pregnant or recently gave birth. It is very important to really prevent some problems and complications that you can have after pregnancy, especially if you're trying to lose that baby weight and get back in shape.